Well, this is the steel for me pop out, arrived in. This is going to be interesting to get this all welded up. Right, so where to start with this blooming pop out? It's one of those where I think I'm going to start with, I'm going to drop down tailgate or side gate. It drops down like this on some chains, both ends, and the inside will be done with scaffold boards, so when it's up it all looks good. It'll be on them like trailer where you board clips, you know, where you just flick the latch up. So that'll drop down and this thing will push out onto it. I've got all the gear to do it now, so I'm hoping creating this and getting it on and done will start the creative juices flowing, so I can start to think of how the hell I am going to do this, where to start, because it ain't going to be light. Now we've got the steel here. Yeah, it's heavy. Right, so let's start. I'm just looking at how much this is actually going to come out. The pop out itself is going to be 800 deep from internal face to external face. So it's going to come out till it hits this. Wait, I'll have a finished board on here. It'll come out about that much there. And that's about 630 mil out. So I don't need to make my tailgate that drops down like this to hold it. I don't need to make that 800 deep. I only need to make that about, I might make it 600 because the wheels, the idea is this is going to come down like this on some chains on either side, and then this just pushes out onto it and then pulls back into it, and then obviously locks in place and whatnot. So if I make that drop down 600, hopefully the outside edge just overhangs past it, which means the rainwater clears it. Just thinking, this is the problem when you don't do a drawing. I'm just making up as I go along. I'm going to put an upright in here and an upright in here so it matches the main truck when it's up. But it's going to be a beast of a dog, I'll tell you that. So now I've got the hinges on, I need to think about the catches, and I've been out to double check, triple check. I want it about 2/3 of the way up. Not all the way at the top or the middle. That's where I'm at with it. So just make sure I square on. Hold it, get tack weld in it. Here is where's the trailer? So this here, this is going to be welded onto the train carriage. Comes through. This is where it locks it up. So that's to mess about with when it's on. That's the red oxide done, and I'm going to leave that to dry. Now, something I wish I'd done on the pillar drill before I'd welded it all together, drill all the holes for all the bolts that will be going in. I did remember on the these centre sections, but hey ho. Right, I've got it out. Now I've just got to get it up to there, held just right, so I can fix the hinges. Now, to get it up there, it is not light. It's definitely heavy. But I've got some scaffold poles that I can put up, and I've got like a tripod piece and then a block and tackle to go on the top. And I'm hoping to set it up so I can just lift it up and just hold it in position while I can just mess about with it there. I'm gonna get it set up now. I've got some scaffold poles here, and I've got this thing that's ancient. It was my dad's, and before that it was my granddad's, so it's very old. But you slot your scaffold tubes in here, and then your block and tackle can go in the middle, and you just wind the chains and it'll pull it up. So let's go and set it up. Now it's ever easy. Now I need a third leg, so I need it to be in here, and it's not really tall enough. I might have to go to a plan B on this. By the time I've got the block and tackle on the bottom, my tailgate's going to be up here. Nah, it's not going to work. Need a plan B. Right, my plan B is to rig up a strap. I can just fit a strap over this steel, I think. Under there. And loop this off. I just need a bit of a mess on to get this through. Awful. There we go. Now I can winch it up with that. Just stick it out of the way. Not sticking out of the way. So here I'm fixing these hinge parts on, but this is difficult because I want the top to finish perfectly flush with the other one, and I can't really open it to test to see where my height wants to be. So I'm kind of just winging this, guessing it. But I've got 4 hinges, 2 screws in each, so I'm just going to like have a good guesstimate, get a screw in 2 hinges, let it open, see where it's at, and then I've got scope to adjust the others, you know. But I am just tech screwing these as a temporary measure, well, semi-permanent, because then I'm gonna weld them as well. One fixed. Okay. Now to test it. That is not far off being floor level at all. Now to make the catches. I'll put this up and then draw around the shape. Don't know if you can see that. Then hold it up and mark the circle. I've marked it, you can barely see, but she's marked. Get the centre of that, then drill it out. Then I've got this type of catch here, and it's a weld on, so it goes in, you just weld the back. So I've just got to make sure that's the right way up for a start. It's nice and square. Let's go need a fit it on the truck. Let's test it. Problem. That's where my chain fixing point's going to be. I'm not sure if I'm happy with this. It might be a bit bulbous, I don't know. We'll see. But my chain's going to come round there and then up to there. So I've got my straight edge on. It's on the floor there, but I want to go up with smidges. Other way. There. That's it. Go on there. And I think I'll remove the chains when it's up for driving because I don't want them chattering along or just chip all the paint off as we go. And put the drill through the link. So that will get me exactly where I want to be. Let's get this right first. There we go. Hopefully it's a bit tight. Just about put about 2 mil, 2.5. But let's get this block and tackle off it now. Yes, it's heavy. Oh, get the gist. Personally, I think it was refining a little bit more to get it just right, but that's my idea sort of out anyway.